how are you? This is Allie, and today we're going to be making infused oils. So what is an infused oil, you ask? It is a carrier oil that has been infused with one or more herbs. The common question that I tend to get is, first of all, what is the benefit of infused oils? And second, how is it different from essential oils? So the benefit is that when you use an infused oil, you not only have the properties of your carrier oil, but also whatever herbs you choose to infuse into it. So you kind of get a double benefit. And then how it's different from essential oils is that essential oils are very concentrated. They're extremely concentrated to the point where you cannot put them directly on your skin without the use of a carrier oil. So infused oils are different in that you can put them directly on your skin, and that's perfectly fine. So very useful. So the first step in making an infused oil is to choose what kind of herb you want to use. So there is any variety that you can choose. Literally, you can put anything in here. I have chosen today to use two different herbs. The first one is plantain. So plantain, I'm sure you've all seen, but may not know what it is. I'm going to get a little closer so I can just show you. So it looks kind of like that. It has kind of a broad leaf with these little lines running through it. Show you another one. Grows in our backyards. I'm sure you guys have seen it everywhere. It loves the little cracks in sidewalks, likes to hang out there. Plantain's amazing. It has a lot of healing properties. It's really good for healing different bruises. You can use it for rashes. If you have a bee sting, for example, you can mash some of this up, chew it up really, and you can put it right onto a bee sting and it'll help to draw out some of that venom. So super useful in that regard. People also use it for varicose veins, things like that, helping with your skin. So plantain is an awesome herb that we always want around. Definitely not a weed. And then the second one that I've chosen today is evening primrose. So I love evening primrose. It is known for being really good for women's health. People take it actually for PMS, things like that, but it's also extremely good for your skin. So people use it actually to improve the elasticity of your skin, to make that better, and it's good for a variety of skin conditions like acne and eczema. So very exciting. My evening primrose I have actually previously dried, and I saved all of the leaves. So once you've chosen your herb, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to make it ready to be infused. So what you need to do is you want to dry your herb. So you could technically use fresh herbs, but the thing is, because fresh herbs have such a high water content, they tend to be prone to becoming rancid, or they can mold when you do your infusion. So that's bad. I highly recommend using dried herbs. It's the way to go. So step one, we're going to take a dehydrator and we are going to dry our herbs. When they're done, they should be crispy, like that, completely dried with no water left in them. Once we've done that, our next step is that we're going to choose our carrier oil. So there is a whole plethora of different carrier oils that you can choose from. Today we are going to be using sweet almond oil. Sweet almond oil is one of my favorites. It's really good at helping your skin. It's anti-inflammatory and it's good for your complexion. It's very moisturizing and it contains a lot of vitamin E actually. So I'm sure you guys already know that is very good for helping with actually stretch marks and things like that. And also reversing sun damage and scarring. So super useful oil, really great. The reason why I prefer it is actually because it is not greasy on your skin. It absorbs really easily, so it makes for a really nice carrier oil when you're using it. There's plenty of other options you could use. You could go for like a jojoba oil. That's pretty awesome as well. You could do an olive oil, sunflower seed oil, avocado, whatever you desire, but you want to choose one that's going to remain liquid at room temperature. You don't want something that's going to solidify like coconut oil, because then your infusion won't work properly. Okay, so, all right, so now we are going to find a jar and we are going to sterilize it. So I sterilized mine already in boiling water along with its lid, so that it's all prepped for us. And then we're going to take our dried herbs and we're going to put them in. And I'm going to put in some of my evening primrose in here too. There we go. Perfect. And our goal is to fill this jar about halfway. So I'm almost there, but I'm going to use up the rest of my herbs. So crunch them down a little bit. now that we've got these, step number 2, we add the oil. Super easy, very simple. Give it a shake, okay. And we want to completely cover our herbs. Sometimes your herbs may float in the oil, but because they're dried, they're less likely to, so it should be okay. And once we get this covered, let's see here. We're going to want to cover them completely and have about a half inch of oil over them. So I'm going to use a little bit of my jojoba too then. It does make a really nice mix. They're both super good for the skin. So let's add in some of that. Okay, so as I'm doing this, what I want to do is I want to make sure that there's no air bubbles. So I'm going to take a chopstick. I sterilized this as well. And I'm just going to poke at it a little bit. Okay, kind of help it settle down, see where it kind of lies. Right here, I'm seeing that I want a little bit more oil, so I'm going to do that. It tends to float up with your oil, so it's sometimes hard to tell when it's fully covered. There we go. Okay, this is looking really good. Super pretty. All right, perfect. Okay, so next, we're going to make sure that we have at least an inch of headspace. I probably could have used a slightly smaller jar, might have been a little bit better, but that's okay. We're going to take our lid, oops, wrong lid, lid. We're going to take our lid, we're going to seal it on. Next step is super easy. What we're going to do is we're going to find a sunny window and we're going to place it there. And once a day, we're going to come over, we're going to give our jar a shake, make sure that everything is still covered, and the sun will help to infuse all of the oils into the herbs. And this is going to happen slowly. This is not a fast process. There's 2 main methods for infusing oil. There's the cold method and the hot method. This is the cold method, and it takes some time, but it has more medical benefits, so it's kind of preferred. You just have to have patience. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave this in the sun, and we're going to leave it there for about 4 to 6 weeks. Once that 4 to 6 weeks is up, we're going to take our oil and we're going to grab some cheesecloth and we're going to strain it through the cheesecloth into another sterilized jar. You're going to take your cheesecloth, you're just going to kind of squeeze it out, make sure you get the rest of the oil into the jar, and seal that up, and then you can store that in a dark place, and it'll last for the life of the oil. So however long the oil is good for, that's how long your infused oil will be good for. So tomorrow, I'm actually going to be showing you guys how to make a lotion using some infused oil. So this is one that I had made about a year ago. I'm going to get up a little closer so you guys can see the color a little better. It's got a really pretty color. This one was also plantain and evening primrose. So tomorrow, we'll use that and we'll make some lotion. So, all right, thank you guys. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye.